Hello and welcome. My name is DYC89 and I present to you my Animal Crossing New Horizons adventure. Now, these are just a bunch of screenshots that I found interesting. For example, just me setting up the camp. I like this one with Wisp because it looks like if I'm about to throw a Hadoken at him. Now, this is the island of Honeydew, which is the island of my girlfriend, and this is like the first time of me visiting her. Now, Animal Crossing for me, and I'm going to take advantage of this clip to speak about this. Animal Crossing has been a game that I really love since I played it almost obsessively a lot in the GameCube days. But with newer entries, I sort of kind of stopped doing that. I lost the kind of interest when it came to Wild World and then City Folk and then New Leaf with the new stuff they added. It kept my interest for a bit, but then I eventually stopped. But the thing is that I think with both Wild World and City Folk and a little bit of New Leaf, I would visit my girlfriend's town, and we would always have these we have these weird fun things that we like to do just for the heck of it. That was one of them where we bump into each other in the bed, because it's the closest we can get to kissing, at least in my opinion. Otherwise, it's just like us bouncing against each other like bumper cars. On this clip, I'm not sure why she was so. I mean, I saw her shaking the tree. I was like, lady, I like to call her lady. I was like, lady, what are you doing? She keeps shaking the tree. Another thing we like to do is that we like to like chase each other. I either with the axe or in this case the net. Here I was like, oh, be careful! I do not want to hit Ollie because she's one of the new rare villagers that spawns, and all of us knew about Raymond, which is the cat. We all kind of want Raymond, but she got the wolf, and I'm quite envious of her getting that because I want a wolf in my hometown. Anyway, here's more screenshot of me actually upgrading outside of my tent into the new house. This is my passport. It doesn't have my creator ID, but I upload that to Twitter a lot. I took this screenshot of Gulliver because his phone does look like a gun. I added this one because I like how he says, as if I have a choice. I really wanted to pick that one, but I obviously went for of course. A lot of these pictures as well are just me completing a monument, like creating the nooks cranny, bridges, museums, stuff like that. Now I usually upload those to Twitter. Oh, okay, I kind of paused myself for a bit so you can listen. That was the Totaka song or Tautaka song. I keep forgetting his name, but every time he works on something, he adds that little tune. Now I was gonna upload this, but I quickly realized how many other people already did it, so I didn't upload it. Instead, I'm just gonna put it here in this compilation. Sterling, I really started to like Sterling a lot, which is why I took that picture because it's nice to see that the villagers this time around have they really toned down the amount of times they send you off on errands. They still have them, but it's not as often as before. Instead, you can check in on them. And you even have an incentive to check on them because they might be doing a do-it-yourself project. Stu is one of the new villagers that came, and at first I was like, "Oh man, I don't want the bull," but he's been growing on me a lot. Same with Goldie. I actually have a plush figure of Goldie, so I'm so happy that she ended up being like the last regular village I would get. So awesome. Here I just this is another thing that I would do with my girlfriend is I would make holes so that she would have a hard time trying to get out or like to escape. And now it was a coincidence, but as soon as she got out, she was looking at the message I sent her. But it's kind of funny because it just looks like she's looking at the mess she's in now. Now, unfortunately, she has more reactions than I do, so she has the sneezing one, and with the whole thing going on right now, it was a good chance to take some couple pictures about that. Now she has decorated her town a little bit more. She has this little stand, which I kind of like. That's why I took the picture. Her museum. She's looking at her phone. This isn't just us back in my town. I think that's the last recorded session I have of me just visiting her town. Uh, Now, as you can tell, I really like Sterling, so this is why I post this one because I see him like working out. So it's like, oh, this is like my first experience in New Horizons and seeing these animals have activities. Usually, you just see them running around or, well, not even running, just walking around. It's nice to see. Oh, a bunny day. This is the first time Zipper came to town. Now, I wanted to do like a little creepy pasta with that picture, but once again, a lot of people already did that, so mine would not would be pretty basic. Didn't want to do that. Here is because why do these animals have such delicious food and I can't have that? I'm quite jealous of that. They have donuts, they have sandwiches, more pixel art, which I want to talk about here because I have more pixel art. Oh no, I did visit her again. She caught a tuna on the first freaking try with the fish bait, but still, me completing the campsite. Uh, more activities, which I was mentioning before. Like it's nice to see the villagers having a little bit more of a like interactions this time around. They sing, they interact with instruments, they interact with things you put in the outside like sinks or instruments. It's nice to see them have more personality this time around. Aside from their their dialogue, they also have interesting stuff like that, and I really like that about them. Here I just recorded this one because I kind of pushed Goldie out of the way so I could grab that flower. Right. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is why I shake trees with a net in my arm now, so I can, cause there's bees everywhere. So I gotta be ready. It's like two in a row. Having the net out while shaking the trees really makes it much more easier. Um, I just stood there so I could record a thing. Uh, Although I've seen people get three bees in a row, but that's a little bit more of a setup. Because if you cut down all the trees and just leave the regular ones, well, it's gonna limit the spawn of the bees. This is like again just the first time I get to experience a villager singing. Uh, Unfortunately, because I mentioned before, I didn't play New Leaf as much because I kind of lost interest quickly. I don't know if that's a thing the villagers would do in the past, but now they do. I mean, so now with New Horizons, I get to experience all of these things that I may have not given a chance to New Leaf. So it's nice to see these villagers doing these type of interactions. Here is something I personally didn't know. I mean, we're kind of trained that once you shake a tree, whatever drops, it's either going to be one time or three times, and after that you go to the next tree. But apparently, three branches they just keep falling as long as you keep grabbing them. So I posted that on Twitter, but I wanted to show here again just in case. Also, because I'm watching the cutscene of KK Slider singing, but my girlfriend is not. She can run around, but it's kind of funny because then you can do stuff like that. just just smack the poor dog, and then smack me. I found that funny. So uh, I had so many of these clips that I wanted to upload individually, but of course I couldn't. So I just had to keep doing. I decided to do this where I just upload images. Now you might notice that my character kind of changed there because of the customization of New Horizons, which is also like hooking me in. It's keeping my interest. I'm not just do I can play the character that I like, but I can cosplay my other characters, which are basically are my original characters that I've written stories about. So it's nice that I can do that in this game. I can be those characters. This is why Stu is also growing on me. He has of all the houses I've been, I like his house the most. Klaus, I believe, is this bear's name. I like his house as well. And here's where this Sterling goes ahead. Is like, fucking. Oh, I said the F word, but he just sneezed at me. How dare you? What the fudge, man? Yeah, although I do like how it says, "Why are you making that face, dude?" Or scrawl. I haven't gotten to the point where I can change their catchphrases yet. Now, my girlfriend gave me the red Godzilla, and I have the purple Godzilla, so that's nice. This is a tribute to, well, not a tribute, more like to remind myself that I have four brothers. I'm the youngest. I'm Michelangelo, and I have three other brothers who fit the turtles very well. And they I live far away from my brothers, but I'm still in touch with them. But it's nice to have a little memory of them. This is the end of Animal Crossing New Horizons once you get KK Slayer to perform, because after this you get the terraforming, which is basically your end game. After that, it's just paying off your debts, which is the last thing. I took a screenshot of this because I like the end text you get of this stuff, because now you can just enjoy and have fun. Unfortunately, around this time, Canberra decided to leave town. She was one of the first villagers I had alongside Sterling, but I decided to let Canberra leave. I did have the choice of keeping her, but I was like, nah. Out of all the villagers I have, these two, ironically, are the ones that I would exchange for other villagers. Otherwise, it's just Bunny Day, and we're all caught up now. So until next time, and next I have more pictures to show. That's all for me. Thank you all for watching. Take care and have fun playing. Lights.